Hello. With me now is Melissa, Dr. Melissa Ewan Innes, and she's a doctor in the emergency room at our Cornwall Community Hospital. And Dr. Ewan has written, Melissa has written a book called Stockholm Syndrome. And Melissa would like to introduce this book with a little song. And we've never done it before, but I'd love to hear it.
So I hope that people don't mind. I've written a little bit of a parody of Do They Know It's Christmas? And it will help introduce the book as well. It's Christmas time. There's a reason to be afraid. In Stockholm Syndrome, Dr. Hope may meet her grave. She thought that on obstetrics she could spread a smile of joy until a killer breaks into her patient's room.
So, you've given us a tantalizing intro. Melissa, this is a book about a hostage situation. Could you tell me a bit about that?
So, you mentioned that I work in the emergency department, and at nighttime it can be a bit intimidating. We have less staff. The patients can be a bit more unusual. And after one night shift, I just said, I'm going to research hostage taking in hospitals and just see what's out there. And then I was shocked to hear about this man in Utah who broke into the obstetrics ward, which is where women are trying to give birth, and decided with a shotgun and a handgun and dynamite, and took a woman hostage while she was in active labor, along with her family and 2 nurses. I said, this is a literally explosive situation, and I have to write about it, okay? Yeah. This almost never happens, but Dr. Hope C., the star of these novels, if there's going to be a hostage situation, she will be taken hostage. So let me do this book.
And people that are familiar with your previous books know that she is the gal, Hope C.
Exactly, yes. So she's a resident at a Montreal hospital, which means that she moves from rotation to rotation. This is her turn to deliver babies. She thought that that would be a relatively easy rotation.
Sure.
But obviously not.
No, and in today's world, it's kind of apropos, Melissa, because in today's world, you never know really what's going to happen. And in a hospital, it made it a little bit more problematic, I would think.
Well, in a way, some people find it more safe because you have staff and you sometimes have security guards and that sort of thing. But it can also be, just an environment where you're trapped with a lot of helpless people.
Oh, for sure. So it puts a lot of people in danger.
Absolutely,
when it's,
yes, at times.
Yeah, and so perhaps maybe, and there's a little bit of a love triangle in this too. And you also have some humor in your book. You wouldn't think that there would be, but you have to have levity.
I love to laugh. And in fact, if you ever go to the emergency department, you hear us laughing all the time because things are so intense, you have to blow off steam that way. And they always talk about black humor that we use, and it's true, okay? But that's how we survive.
And it can, the little bit that I was able to read, it can be a bit graphic. So I think that perhaps maybe people are not too upset. My sister-in-law worked in that area as a nurse, as an RN for years, and so she said, oh yeah, she said, but we're used,
Yes, so the medical people who read this book, no problem.
No, I know.
One of my advanced readers was a man who was just like, I had to turn away during the birth scenes, and I was like, that's fine, turn away.
Okay. Dr. Ewan Innes, there's something else I want you to speak about. We have just about a minute left about the free code. I'm going to let you explain that to our audience, how it works.
So I've partnered with Kobo, which is a great company, a Canadian company with Rakuten. And what we're doing is we're doing a giveaway, electronic copy only, of Stockholm Syndrome, only on Kobo, only until January 1st, if you use the code Stockholm 100.
Okay. maybe we can, well, anyway, you mentioned it, so, and also, if they want to buy a printed copy, it's being sold at the Cornwall Public Library, I believe.
Yes, I love the Cornwall Public Library, and you can always order it through your independent bookstore.
Well, Melissa, I want to thank you very much. This is a different type of book that I've ever read. So I know our audience will be pretty excited about it.
It's a thriller, so as long as you can handle the thrills, I think you'll like it.
Oh, I think people can. Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you so much, Brenda.
You're very welcome.